In today's video, I put the WWE roster from 2006 in 2K24 MyGM mode, where we'll be pinning Raw, Smackdown, and ECW against each other in a draft to select their rosters and see who can come out victorious after a full season. So without further ado, let's get into the draft. I will be controlling Teddy Long and Smackdown. All right, here we go. Season 1 underway. I think with the first pick in the draft, we're going to take The Undertaker. That's Teddy Long's man right there. That is the face of SmackDown. And Stephanie McMahon for Raw is taking Kurt Angle. And Paul Heyman is kicking off with Michelle McCool for ECW. All right, so since we picked The Undertaker to start, we're going to need a bruiser to put him against. And with our second pick, we are going to be taking the Samoan Bulldozer Umaga. Rest in peace. He's going to play beautifully with the dead man as Beth Phoenix goes to Raw and John Bradshaw Layfield to ECW. Here I'm thinking we take our first pick for the women's division, and it's going to be none other than Lita, who we are going to be going with, as Santino Marella goes to Monday Night Raw and JTG, one half of Crime Time, to ECW. And just like that, we're back on the clock. And with our fourth pick, we're going to be reaching down the board a little bit, but we're going to be taking the Rated R superstar Edge. He's a heel specialist. We'll be able to do a lot of different things with him coming up in this season, as Queen Sharmell goes to Monday Night Raw and ECW's very own The Sandman ends home in ECW. With $2.1 million to work with in our fifth pick, we're going to be taking Melina from M&M, going over to SmackDown to rival Lita, Carlito to Monday Night Raw, and Hardcore Holly goes to ECW. A lot of big names still remaining on the board here. With this next pick, we are going to be taking the Dead Man's brother, the Big Red Machine, Kane. We're bringing the Brothers of Destruction to Friday Night SmackDown, as the Animal Batista goes to Monday Night Raw and Ashley to ECW. Continuing to go down the tag team route, we're going to be bringing one half of Team Extreme, Jeff Hardy, to the Blue Brand. Welcome to SmackDown, Jeff Hardy, as MVP goes to Monday Night Raw and Elijah Burke to ECW. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here. We are going to be bringing John Cena to the Blue Brand. Welcome to Friday Night SmackDown, as Triple H, the Game, heads to Monday Night Raw. And the other half of Crime Time, Shad Gaspard, goes to ECW. Crime Time reunited on the Purple Brand. 1.3 million left, and we're going to be taking the other half of Rated RKO as they reunite on the Blue Brand. Randy Orton coming to SmackDown, and Stacy Keibler to Monday Night Raw, and the Rabid Wolverine to ECW. 1.2 million left, and there's still the likes of Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, Trish Stratus, King Booker. We are going to be bringing the other half of Team Extreme to the Blue Brand, Matt Hardy. So we have the Hardy Boys on SmackDown, and that's going to be Shawn Michaels to Monday Night Raw, DX reunion on Raw, and Joey Mercury, the other one half of M&M. 900,000 here as we bring in Mickie James, shoring up the women's division, as Tori Wilson goes to Monday Night Raw, and Kelly Kelly to ECW. We're going to go ahead and we're going to add Mr. Kennedy to SmackDown, as Tommy Dreamer heads to Monday Night Raw, and Monday Night Raw concludes. Don't want to mess with the Red Brand. Trish Stratus to ECW, and ECW is done drafting as well. Not a bad draft. A lot of names, unfortunately, not going to end up on any rosters here. No, we're going to go ahead and we're going to sign the last woman here, Candice Michelle, just so we have 4 members in our women's division to work with here. We're going to go ahead and round out our draft. As you can see here, a lot of big names here. Teddy Long, ready to fight. WWE 2K24 MyGM mode with the 2006 roster. Man, I'm excited. This took so long to get set up. And here's just a quick draft overview. I'll scroll through this so you can take a look in case you just want the recap. Pretty overall balanced, successful draft, I must say. 4 weeks to Hell in a Cell, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Triple H running the WWE, but also still wrestling for Raw. Sure, why not? As you can see, yeah, it obviously was a little weird making this happen, but doesn't matter. Regardless, we're going to storm it. All right, and Stephanie plans on building their brand around Beth Phoenix. Meanwhile, they're trying to backhand compliment me about The Undertaker. All right, we'll see who's in for a bumpy ride here. And Paul Heyman ready to get ECW back underway. Let's go ahead and let's crown our champions. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make John Cena our inaugural WWE champion for this series. As for the tag teams, I think it's only right if we make it Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys. We have Rated RKO here for them to feud with, and we have the Brothers of Destruction as well. We're going to go ahead and make our Intercontinental Champion Umaga here. On the women's side of things, we're going to end up turning Lita heel to match kind of what was happening in 2006. But in the meantime, our women's champ will be Mickie James, and we will not have tag champs. And for our first ever main event on SmackDown, you know we're going to put the WWE Championship on the line. So John Cena will be set to face off against Mr. Kennedy for the title. Make an Extreme Rules match as well. Boom, WWE Championship main event. For the opener, we're going to have the women's title on the line. We'll have Mickie James against Melina in a tables match here. We're also going to go ahead and we are going to set Lita up for the role change, turn her heel, and of course we're going to have tag team action as well tonight. We'll have the Hardy Boys set off to face Rated RKO for the tag team titles in a TLC match. Hunter Triple H wants us to have a TLC match, so we will give it to him, and we're actually going to make that the opener. I trust that match to be a better match. And last but not least, we will have Undertaker versus Umaga for the Intercontinental Championship in just a standard match. We can have Candice Michelle cut a nice promo, and we'll also have the Big Red Machine Kane set a promo. So this is the opening match card that we're looking at here in Minneapolis, Minnesota for Friday Night SmackDown. And without further ado, let's get into it. $81,000 show here. We're definitely coming out swinging. An expensive show, but we want to make sure that we're taking a nice lead to start. We do not want to fall at the wayside like we did in my other MyGM series. And start off, we got the tag team titles on the line. Hardy Boys, Rated RKO, and it's Rated RKO coming out on top. No rivalry, but we do get a tag change. Great match, though. And Lita turns heel. Perfect. Mickie James, Melina, tables match. Women's Championship. Mickie James retains 3.5 stars. That's a great match. And so far, we're coming out swinging. Candice Michelle with a good promo with a 1 pop. Undertaker Umaga for the Intercontinental Championship. And the Samoan Bulldozer retains. Another great match and a rivalry starting there. Here's another promo. Kane, 3 pop, love to see it. And the main event, Extreme Rules WWE Championship. You have John Cena against Mr. Kennedy. Let's see who comes out on top. And it's Mr. Kennedy in a 3.5 star match. Another great match. Great card all around. Let's see if Raw and ECW can beat it. Got the women's title, Beth Phoenix and Queen Charmel here. Beth Phoenix retaining in a great match. Triple H promo gets a good pop. Tommy Dreamer and MVP facing off one-on-one, and it's a mediocre match. Stacy Keibler and Tori Wilson. We have a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title. Santino Marella against Kurt Angle against the Manimal Baptista. Let's see, as Santino would say. And it's Santino coming out on top. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion, and it's Santino Marella, and him and Kurt Angle start a rivalry, 3-star match. What a crazy finish. And for the main event, we have Carlito versus Shawn Michaels for the U.S. title. Let's see who comes out on top, and it is the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels in a great match. Interesting show. Over on the ECW side of things, we have Hardcore Holly and Elijah Burke going up against Chris Benoit and JTG for the tag titles. Surprisingly, Crime Time not paired together, and it's going to be JTG and Benoit, an okay match. Trish Stratus coming out with an 11-pop promo, excellent promo. Joey Mercury against Shad Gaspard in a regular one-on-one match, and it's Shad Gaspard coming out on top in a disappointing one. Michelle McCool against Kelly Kelly with an Ashley run-in. Who does she run in to favor? and it's Kelly. We have the ECW champion JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, going against ECW favorite The Sandman in a non-title match, and it is JBL coming out on top, and a good one. All right, we undoubtedly had the best show this week. Consistent show through and through. Let's see the show notes. Rated RKO work really well together as a tag team. Love to see that. 50,000 fans. We lost 30,000 in the profit loss margin, but was worth it in the end. Got the B match card quality. They think the Hardy Boys work okay as a tag team, they guess. Okay, buddy. They really liked Umaga and Undertaker, and they'd never expect Lita to be a bad guy. Oh, well, let's go ahead and let's see how everybody else did. And 65,000 for Raw. They did apply an other fan bonus, though. That gave them 16,000, so that'll definitely do it. And then on the ECW side of things, 42,000 fans, not really the show that they were looking to have. And as you see, we get contract negotiations. We can add 4 weeks to a contract duration. That's going to be extremely helpful in the coming weeks as we sign new members to our roster. And we are in second place between Raw and ECW here. 8,000 ahead of ECW, 15,000 behind Monday Night Raw. All right, Paul Heyman with a little bit of sabotage on us. Nothing crazy, just talent scouts. Cost a little bit more this week. We'll get our payback. First order of business here in week 2, we're going to upgrade to the concert hall. That's a necessity for us. Second order of business, we're going to go ahead and we're going to dip into the talent scout pool. I don't care if I have to pay double. We're going to see what's out here. Got Mark Henry, Chris Masters, Sabu, Goldust, Chavo, and Eugene. We also have the local talent that come with the game. I think what makes the most sense for a roster right now is adding another heel bruiser. We have a couple of face fighters, only one heel bruiser. So I think we're going to go ahead and we are going to sign the world's strongest man, Mark Henry. We're also going to go out of our way here and we're going to sign Eugene to a small contract, $38,000, just to have some depth for the roster. A little under 80,000. We're going to go ahead and we're going to book our second show here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Let's take a look what we have for the opener. I think for the opener, we're just going to have a rematch for the tag titles. We want to try and get a rivalry going here between these 4 guys. We're going to have the same thing happen for the main event here between Mr. Kennedy and John Cena. I want a rivalry to start brewing between these guys. No stipulation, though, because their stamina is about a hit below 40. For our women's match on the card, I think I'm actually going to have a triple threat with Mickie James. We're going to have Melina in it, obviously, so their rivalry continues to develop. And we're going to shoehorn Lita in here so she gets some action this week. No title, just for some match variety. And for our upper mid-card match, we are going to have Undertaker against Mark Henry with an interference from Umaga here to see if we can further develop that rivalry. And I'm going to switch that with the triple threat. As for the promo side of things, we're going to have Kane cut a self-promo. We're going to have an advertising bit from Candice Michelle, and we'll have Eugene run a charity. Here's one final look at the card before we go ahead and we book our second show of the series here. A lot of rematches, but yet again, we just want to get rivalries going for the Hell in a Cell. All right, tag team title match opener on the line. Yet again, Rated RKO retains. This time it's disappointing. They go from a great match to a disappointing match. Not the start we wanted, and no rivalry. An okay pop from Kane. Undertaker versus Mark Henry with Umaga running in, and Mark Henry takes the win. A mediocre match. Jeez, not the start we wanted. $10,500 from Candice Michelle without a popularity loss. That is a great promo. We have Mickie James, Melina, and Lita in a triple threat match. No title, and Melina comes out on top in a mediocre match. Their rivalry does grow, though. And Eugene with the charity promo, 4.5k fans. We will absolutely take it, especially with how underwhelming the show has been. And WWE title on the line, Mr. Kennedy and Cena. And Mr. Kennedy wins it, no rivalry. Man, we are in trouble on Raw. Triple threat opener between Carlito, Shawn Michaels, and Batista. And it is Shawn Michaels who comes out on top. And that's a great match to kick off the show. Carlito and Shawn Michaels with the rivalry boost. Not the start we want to see. Triple H with a great pop. Tommy Dreamer and MVP yet again. And this time it is MVP with the win and the rivalry boost. Tori Wilson, nothing from that promo. Queen Sharmell, Maya T. Kirk against Beth Phoenix and Stacy Keibler for the women's tag titles. And it is Beth Phoenix and Stacy Keibler. And World Heavyweight title, Kurt Angle and Santino Marella, the singlet v singlet match. And it is Kurt Angle taking this one in a great rivalry. Raw definitely had a better show this week than us, but let's see how the Purple Brand can do. Hardcore Holly, JTG, singles match, and it's JTG with the victory and a rivalry from it. Trish Stratus with a decent promo. Kelly against Vicky McLeod in a singles match. And it is Vicky McLeod, but they get the rivalry from it. And it is Michelle McCool with a charity promo, 3.75k fans. Shad Gaspard against Elijah Burke, one-on-one, and it's Elijah Burke in a disappointing match. Ashley calling out Michelle McCool with a rivalry boost. And we have a tag team match. We have JBL, the ECW champion, and Joey Mercury against the Sandman and Chris Benoit. And it is JBL and Joey Mercury taking the victory in a 2.5-star win. Poor opener from us, not a great show at all. We'll see how we stack up. But 43,000 fans, not exactly what we wanted to see. $60,000 in profit, though, we will take. People are saying Smackdown made a good pickup with Eugene. Absolutely. People are not liking Lita as a bad guy. That's unfortunate because we need another bad guy on the women's division. People like the different match variations. That's really it. That's really all the feedback that we had from the fans this week. Raw with 50,000. They beat us out this week. And ECW with 43,000. So Raw is still ahead of us. ECW not enough to pull out of us. Should see how this shakes up. Yep, exactly like we thought. We are still in the middle behind Raw and in front of ECW here by a decent margin. 2 weeks to Hell in a Cell, Long Island, New York. Just a note of caution. Cena's below 40 stamina. That's totally all right. And Undertaker wants a rematch with Umaga. Yep, we are planning on it. Perfect. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this episode. If you want to see part 2, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to keep this going for as long as you guys want to see it. If you guys are new here, don't forget to drop a like and a sub. I upload MyGM content and WWE content all the time, so please do stick around. We are only going up from here. In the next episode, we can do both shows prior to Hell in a Cell as well as Hell in a Cell and the trade week as we embark on the road to WrestleMania. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Now we'll see you guys in the next video.